back to the Coach Mack Show, the first edition of the 2013 football season. Coach, it's been a good summer. I know you're on vacation and went up to Chicago for a while. I want to talk a little bit about the end of last season, toward the end of last season, and then maybe going into the summer workouts and everything.
Well, last season was a difficult one for us. It's the first losing season we've had since was it 99 or 1990 when I took over the job. We had a winning season that year. We've had a winning season ever since, and that got broke this last year by going 5-6. But we did continue to keep our playoff streak alive.
Yes, sir.
So right now it feels like we're trying to turn the corner. During the winter workouts and during the summer workouts, really been emphasizing to the that our standards at Charlton County are much higher than a 5-6 or a 5-5 season. So we've been really working hard. I think we've really picked up the intensity throughout the winter workouts, and then summer workouts have been really good. Really pleased with the summer workouts. We had a lot of kids get in the Warrior Club, and the Warrior Club is simply is a kid who made every single workout we offered, and we have several kids that made that group, so we're real pleased with that. And then we had just about everybody else make the required number that we asked them to make. And that has been going on since about the second week of June. We finished that up last Thursday. And today we kind of transitioned our workouts from the weight room onto the field. Today we went out as a team onto the field, and kind of really today was to introduce them, the drills, and how we do things and how we kind of go through practice and really see where they're at in their conditioning and see where they're at in the carryover from spring football as far as the installation of the offense. And of course, on the defensive side, we've had a lot of changes. I went through two defensive coordinators throughout the winter. Coach Dick Russell, who's been with me for, I believe, 9 years. I may be wrong on that. He's been with me a long time. Yes, Coach Dick Russell took a job up in Forsyth County, up around outside Atlanta, Cummings, Georgia. So I promoted right away. I promoted Ian Workington to that position. Ian had been doing my defensive backs and wide receivers, promoted him to defensive coordinator. And probably about a month after that, he moves and takes a job in Mississippi. So, and with the way things are, we weren't able to hire any coaches, so I lost 2 varsity coaches right there. And so I had to take what I had left, which was 3 varsity coaches. I had to reorganize things, and we're really running with a really understaffed somewhat. So I reshuffled some things, and then I promoted Norris Woods to defensive coordinator. Norris Woods was born and raised here, played for me, graduated in 2001, played in the '99 state championship season, and then he had a scholarship and played college football for 4 years at Carson Newman. So
he certainly knows what's expected.
So I promoted him knowing that he probably wasn't going to leave, because I doubt if his mom and dad was going to let him leave. So,
there you go.
So I think he was safe. I was probably going to keep him for a while. But Norris is real excited about his new challenge as defensive coordinator, and we've been working through that side of the ball. And I think that we could have a pretty good group, especially up front with our defensive line and our linebacking group. I think we have a pretty good group right there. Our defensive secondary, we're having to do a little bit more work there to find a couple guys, but that's coming along real well. And with the Summer Passing League, that really helps in working with your defensive coverages and your secondary.
Yeah, with the passing competitions, I'm sure played a big role in.
It sure does. We've done a lot of that this summer. We went to 2 tournaments and got several games in. One of them was a 2-day tournament. I believe we had 12 games in 2 days, and that takes a lot out of you. That was really good for us. And then we, of course, hosted several teams right here on our field, and people like Bradford County came up, West Nassau, and Hilliard, Florida came up last week. So we were able to go against some people that we wouldn't see during the regular season, and folks that weren't even from Georgia, so wouldn't be any problem with that. So that's been good for us this summer, and I really feel like we're ready to take the next step, and that's going to be on the practice field. We'll be on the practice field this week until Thursday, and then the following week we'll be on there. I believe we'll be on there for 4 days, and August 1 we'll be in full pads. So August 1 we'll get in full pads, and then I think we'll be looking forward to the Pierce County scrimmage then a couple weeks after that.
Yeah, the soap game, the big soap drive.
Soap game will be, I believe, on the 9th. It will be just after we start school. We start school on a Wednesday of that week, and then that Friday will be the soap game. which that'd be really a good thing. I'm sure we'll talk before that, but the things we need there is, of course, laundry soap. We're always doing laundry. Try to keep our kids safe when it comes to infectious diseases such as MRSA, staph, things like that. So we're always doing laundry and so forth. A lot of bleach, a lot of laundry detergent, things such as that. So that'll be coming up, and then we'll be traveling, I believe, to the 16th to Pierce County to have our scrimmage, and then get going 2 weeks after that with Brantley County right here.
The Pierce scrimmage, that's a game format, game style format?
36 minutes of it will be. The first 12 minutes will be basically our junior high, our younger guys. And what we use that for is to get on film some guys in situations that we really need to take a look at versus someone else. Really kids that we have a big question mark. Can this guy get the job done at this position or that position? And then 36 minutes of it will be just like a varsity football game. The coin flip, kickoffs, the whole bit. We'll play a half and then take a short break, and then we'll finish up with a fourth quarter, last 12 minutes of the game.
All right. On the offensive side of the ball, now we spoke about the defensive side with the DBs and everything. Offensive side of the ball, you've got Trey Harrington coming back.
We've got Trey Harrington coming back, which he's gotten better each and every year in playing quarterback, and he's gotten better in his decision making. Coach Jimmy Harris has really helped us out a lot with that, helped Trey a lot out with that. So really, he's done a really good job during the summer with him. At running back, we really finished the year without a running back. We finished the year having to throw the ball every time. We're going to really give Andrew Lee a chance to step up. He's going to be a sophomore. He's almost weighs 200 pounds. Good quickness. We're going to give Andrew Lee a chance to be our back, and we'll see how that works out. On the offensive line, Levi Cribb. Levi was our center till he broke his hand, had to have surgery on that. But back on the offensive line is him and Jamez Davis, who'll be at guard, and the other spots we're really working a lot of people in there, have a lot of competition at those other spots on the offensive line. Our best receiver last year was Curtis Nixon, number 19. He'll be a junior this year. Curtis, again, is looking really good during the spring. In the spring game, he did a fantastic job. Has done a nice job during the summer workouts in the passing league, and we look for him to be a great player for us. Scott Birchall's another wide receiver, has done a really good job this summer. And then also another wide receiver position would be Julian Roberts. We'll probably start at the other one now. We usually go with 4. That leaves one more that's going to be wide open, and we have several guys that will be competing for that position. But like I told the kids today, I said, we may call out a first offense, but I believe in developing depth on both sides of the ball. I believe during the game, play as many kids that deserve to play. Stay fresh as much as you can, especially to the fourth quarter, and try to win it at the end if we have to. So I'm looking for depth. We're still looking for some starters. So our kicking game, we need to work on finding a man to kick off. Return the kicks probably be Curtis Nixon, but we have two-time All-Region punter Trey Harrington's back, who's probably one of the single A's better punters. He's back, so we're pretty good there. Missing off of our punt team is going to really be Brent Wiles. He's been a really good long snapper for us for several years, and we believe Scott Birchall will step up and do a good job there also.
Very good, very good. Well, on that, Coach, we'll take a short break.
Okay.
And we'll be right back on the Coach Mack Show.
The Folkestone Pharmacy, your original hometown pharmacy for over 45 years, is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sportsnet broadcasts. Folkestone Pharmacy accepts insurance from most local employers, including the City of Folkestone, Charlton County, Babcock and Wilcox, AJM, Charlton Memorial Hospital, and many others. The Folkestone Pharmacy wishes the Indians best of luck this season. United First Federal Credit Union has been a part of Charlton County since 2001 and has been providing great service to our members since 1943. United First now offers mobile banking and email alerts. Mobile banking lets you check your balance from your cell phone, while email alerts notifies you when a significant event happens in your account. Both are easy to set up and are free to United First members. United First helps you afford life. All accounts are federally insured by NCUA.
All right, Welcome back to the Coach Mack Show. Coach, we're going to go down the roster a little bit and let you talk about some players that have caught your eye, some players stepping up.
Well, we talked about some guys on each side of the ball, but really the big thing that we're going to need this year to be successful, and that is some player leadership, especially from our senior class. And I believe that this year's senior class has the potential to be really good leaders. We have 13 seniors right now, and like I said, I don't look for that number to grow, and hopefully it won't get any smaller. But number 9, Julian Roberts, has played a lot of football for us. Wide receiver, defensive back, Trey Harrington, we talked a lot about. Davron Reed, who will compete for a wide receiver position and a defensive back position. Antonio Tarpley, one of my guys that I'm really proud of, does a great job in the classroom. Antonio will compete at wide receiver, defensive back, and special teams. Keontae Jordan, who is a very good wrestler, just a great program kid. He's been around all 4 years and all through junior high. Drake Gillis, who played and started on the defensive line last year, will continue to probably do that. And Cody Snowden. Cody is a kid that's the weight room has done really great things for Cody, and is going to get Cody in position to compete at linebacker and also compete on special teams. The next 3 guys are offensive lineman and linebacker that's been around for a while. Will Gowan. Will Gowan's a great GPA, great student, has colleges such as Mercer, the Citadel, Shorter, people like that really looking at him. I think that Will's 6 foot, 270, has been a really good defensive lineman for us for the last 2 years, and also a great student. The next one is one of my favorite kids, 53, Jamez Davis. Jamez, a little undersized, but is a very tough offensive lineman. One thing about Jamez, he's a 4.0 student, which really proud of that. Wants to be a doctor someday, and that sort of thing. But Jamez is really a guy that's a good leader and a kid that's really made me proud to be his coach, and I know it makes his parents proud when that report card comes out, because it's been a 4.0 ever since he's been here. Lance Thompson, a 6'2", 210-pound guy. Lance played a lot last year at inside linebacker. This year, Lance also played inside linebacker, and we may need him to help a little bit on the offensive line, but he's done a real good job in the weight room. Great weight room kind of guy. Tanner Morgan is back with us. Tanner's a big guy, offensive guard, offensive tackle. He'll be competing again. We feel like we have at least 3 spots on the offensive line that's going to get a lot of competition with us. A guy that was with us in the junior high, then had to move to North Carolina and came back for his senior year, is Dalton Combs. Dalton Combs is about 6'1", about 270-pound offensive defensive lineman, and this guy can really run. So we're excited. Dalton showed up in the weight room the first day, and I thought he was just visiting, and he said he was back. His family moved back, so we're excited about Dalton being here. I think Dalton will definitely compete for starting time on the offensive line and possibly the defensive line. The way he can run, he definitely can help us on both sides of the ball. So we're excited about Dalton being back. And then Matthew Johns. Matthew Johns will compete for time at wide receiver. He's a kid that can play the inside receiver and some of the outside receiver, but he's also a guy that can help us in the secondary, and he'll definitely be all over the field on special teams. So right there's our 13 seniors. Again, I think it's a group of kids that do a great job in the classroom, do a great job in their school community, and are really great kids to coach. And I think that this group right here will provide some of the best leadership we've had in a long time, which I really believe having leadership amongst your seniors and the kind of pride that I think they're going to have a good football season. I think that this is going to really help us have a better season than we did last year. So I'm excited about that group right there's opportunities to help us get back on the winning side.
I always want to see that solid leadership out of the seniors. You see so many, it's in the news just this week, athletes getting in trouble, at the collegiate level.
Yep.
And it's sad to see, but when you have a good group of leaders like, Will, I know Will, Lance, you've got those young men that can step up and bring these younger kids on and say, this is how you do it. This isn't how you.
Yeah, I really believe that this group of seniors, and I know I've said this in the past, but I think this group of seniors has a chance to provide some of the best leadership we've had, and also it's a high-character group. Some of the things you've been hearing in the news, it seems like daily, with college and professional athletes, hopefully I think these guys will make us proud as people, and I think they'll make us proud as people for a long time, down the road. So it's exciting to be around these kind of kids. Plus, you know, you've had a lot of these kids I've had since they've been around in junior high. They've been around here, and since the 9th grade I've had them. And to get to see them grow up and really turn into young men and good football players and good people is really exciting. That's one of the parts of the game that, you know, I love.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
That's one thing about being in a small town, small community. You can't get away with a whole lot anyway.
No, you can't. That's good.
Coach, if you want to, let's delve into the schedule a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
We talked about Pierce in the first segment. Brantley County.
I think Brantley County is going to be a much improved team. They're going to come in here. We threw against them this summer. They've changed their offensive scheme. They're more of a wide open offense, and they're doing a good job with it. Tony Nasworth, one of my former players, is their defensive coordinator now. So they'll be bringing those guys in here. First home game. Hopefully we'll have a big crowd and be real exciting. Going in after that, we go up to Ware County. Ware County finished state runner-up last year in, I believe it was 4A. And I think that they're going to have another good football team. We go to Bradwell. We've had a lot of success with Bradwell. I don't think we've ever lost to them. We've scrimmaged them quite a few times, and then we've played them a few times here lately. We haven't lost to them. But Bradwell has a whole new coaching staff. We've thrown against them this summer in some tournaments, and I think they've really taken a step in the right direction. That's going to be a tough game.
Didn't they have a young man at the All-Star game you coached? Running back.
A big running back, yes.
Did he have a big showing? It seems like
that was the player you may be talking about was the running back from Glenn Academy.
That's right.
He was wearing the red helmet, and he had a great game. But Bradwell always sends kids to that game, and they have some good big players. So I look for them to be much better. Fitzgerald's coming here. They're going to bring a huge crowd. Hopefully we'll have a big crowd. That's going to be an exciting game. Jason Strickland, one of my former assistant coaches, the head coach, and he's really got them rolling, and they're going to have a big year. At Wilcox, tough place to win. At Wilcox, tough place to play.
I've heard the stories. This will be my first trip.
Yeah, it's a tough place to play. And again, they've lost a lot of talent last year, but I think they have a few players. They have an offensive lineman who's committed to Alabama. They have a couple good receivers. They're going to be tough. And then we come home for 2 in a row. We come home for Rec Night, Turner County. Again, a new coach right there. Their quarterback, coach's son, graduated, so we don't really know a lot about them. Hopefully we'll have a great game there. Then we're home for homecoming, October the 11th, Lanier County. Lanier County, again, new head football coach. A lot of turnover, it seems like, on that schedule as far as coaching staffs. Don't know a lot about the coach. I believe he's from Wayne County, so we looked at a little bit of what Wayne County does. I think that's what Lanier probably tried to do. The 18th we're open, and we have our big game, our big rival at Clinch County. And talking about tough places to play now. Homerville is a tough place to play, and from everything I've heard about them, they were young last year. They had a tough year, their first losing season in a long, long time. I can never remember Clinch County having a losing season. They had one last year, but I think they'll be right back in the mix of things. We go over there, they've got a lot of speed. They got a defensive end who's going to be a junior that's on everybody's list in the SEC, one of those kind of guys.
Really?
Telfair County is going to be our last home game. Senior night, Telfair last year, we lost to them at Telfair. We lost to them on their senior night, so hopefully they'll come to us and maybe we can have a little revenge there. That was probably one of the most disappointing football games I've coached in a long time. So hopefully we're ready for that, and then we'll finish up the regular season at Irwin County. Irwin County won the region last year. I think they have a chance to be the best team in the region, and I think they have a chance to be one of the top 4 teams in Class A next year. It's going to be tough going over there. We've played over in their new stadium one other time, and it's also a tough place to play. And I know they're going to be excited about the group they have, a very senior loaded football team, Irwin County. So it's a tough schedule. If we play poor, we can get beaten a lot of those games, if not all of them. If we play well, I think we're in all of them. I really do. And that's our goal, is to play well enough to be in them, be good enough at the end to win them. And so that's really our intentions, is to have an in-shape, disciplined football team that's fundamentally sound that can be in every one of those games.
Last season we talked a lot about with the schedule, the power rankings came into play. I haven't heard a lot of play on that this year, but is it still? Well,
I think they've instituted the Charlton County rule in the power rankings. It used to be for instance, we play Ware County, who is 4A. We get a certain amount of points just for playing them. They've backed down on that. We still get some points, a point possibly, but when they saw us have the worst year in our history since probably 1988 and still made the playoffs with a losing record, they revisited that right there. And when teams like Telfair and Turner beat us yet don't make the playoffs, then they knew that they had to relook at that. And I think it's a little bit unfortunate because we do step out and play big schools, and a lot of these folks won't do that, but we will. And I was hoping to get rewarded for that, and we did last year. But this year we won't be rewarded as much. You got to win. You got to win your way into the playoffs, not just schedule your way into the playoffs. And I understand that. And of course, after this schedule, then we'll redo it all again. I mean, GHSA the last few years has not seemed to be able to make their mind on what's the best way to organize athletics in the state. So I'm sure that we'll do something completely different next year, almost guaranteed on that. All new system.
We were just starting to get the power rankings down from last season.
Yeah, well, they've changed, and I'm sure that they'll be gone after this season.
I haven't heard that term before, the Charlton County rule.
Yeah, I think there's a few rules out there on us.
Well, Coach, anything you want to add?
I'm just excited for another new season. These kids we have, a great group of kids. Hopefully we'll get a lot of people excited behind them, a lot of people at the games. And also Marcy Turner at State Farm is putting together, as we speak, she's putting together our program, our game night program. I think we got the best game night program there is in the state, with all the information in it, information on the players, former games. Not many high school programs has a list of every season they've ever played, the opponent and the score on there. So it's hard for these old timers around here talking about the kind of year they had when it's right there in the program, how they did, 30 years ago. So if anybody wants to buy an ad in the program, put pictures in it, whatever they'd like to have. Again, Marcy Turner at State Farm Insurance is handling that. Go by there, buy yourself an ad for the program. It's a great way to support the quarterback club. And also coming up is the scorecards, the big fundraiser, the Charlton County Quarterback Club that our football team will start next Monday. I think it's 29th is next Monday, and we will start the scorecards for that week. Hopefully we'll sell a bunch of those discount cards, Indian cards we call them, and make a lot of money on that.
There you go. Support the Charlton Athletics.
That's right. It takes a lot more than just gate receipts to run athletic programs. It takes a lot more than that. We need to do extra things to make sure our kids have the things that they need to have a really a class program. You see a lot of teams maybe around that they don't have nice uniforms, don't have nice equipment, don't have nice safety equipment, the shoulder pads, the helmets, things like that. And that's stuff that we want to make sure we always give our kids is the best equipment we possibly can, and really have a top-level program always. And it takes a lot more than just gate receipts to take care of that. We need a lot of help from the community also.
It's an expensive proposition.
It really is. It really is. Well worth it, though.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. All right, well, I think that'll wrap it up till next week. Do it again next week, Coach?
Sure.
All right. And for Chris Beasley over there in production, I'm Adam Bell, Coach Mack. We'll see y'all next week on the Coach Mack Show.